I caught my boyfriend following those women by snooping from my private account, and he promised to stop, but then I found him lying about having Twitter and commenting on thirst trap posts, so now I'm leaving him for good. Posted by you/ta_theta. Not that he, 28M, wanted to marry me, 28F, anyway. He stated marriage is like a noose around the neck. I was absolutely in love with this man. We have such a beautiful child together. I wanted to marry him because I wanted to show my absolute commitment I thought he reciprocated, but over time I just see that I was delusional. After our child was born, I saw he was following a lot of thirst trap girls on TikTok. I told him how much it hurt me, especially when my body doesn't look great anymore after pregnancy. My self-esteem was at a low point, mostly hormones, but seeing that didn't help. I asked him to unfollow them and not engage with that content. Every time I built my confidence up and accepted my new body, I would see him following more girls. I would remind him, he would unfollow, and I had to start building my confidence up again. For a while it seemed good until he had to use my phone for work since his broke. I offered him my phone since he drives for work, and I wanted him to have a way to communicate in an emergency. Months later, I logged back into my private TikTok. The likes and follows, hundreds of girls. He was logged into my private account on his phone, knowing I was checking in on his account from my end. I confronted him, told him what the lengths he went to try and hide this, him doing it over and over knowing it hurt me. I consider it cheating, and I won't tolerate it again. He agreed, promised not to do it again, and we moved on. Things were looking up for a bit. I'm losing a lot of that baby weight, I had time to work on my appearance again. Things were feeling a bit more normal again. Reader, I'm sure at this point you're screaming at me, run, it's going to happen again, and you would be right. I found his Twitter in my recommended. He told me he didn't have Twitter when I asked. He was following and liking again, but now I saw him commenting. I had it. I told him, and he just said, I don't get it, I just see it as pornography. After a back and forth, I told him I don't want to be with him anymore. The only reason why I'm staying is I will be damned if I don't get to see my son every day, and he doesn't get to see his father every day. Now we are back in the growth phase, but damn it's been weighing on me every day. Moments where I feel happy and confident, I just remember these women and how I look nothing like them. Moments where I look at him lovingly, happy with our growth, it's tainted thinking, what new way is he hiding his addiction to these women? Him calling me pretty or beautiful feels like a lie. Moments where we are playing with our son, wondering if it'll be the last time we do that. Seeing my boyfriend on his phone, fixated to the point where he can't even hear me talking to him, wondering if his attention is on another woman. I'm grieving the me that didn't know any of this. I wish I was still oblivious. I wish I could just forget all of it, still blissfully in love with him and our little family. I wish I no longer agreed with him when he said marriage would be like a noose around my neck. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, downvoted, your insecurity is not his fault. Although he still should not have lied to you. I feel like you two did not communicate it correctly, and just like him, I would see it as prawn or soft prawn, which shouldn't be a problem as long as he still genuinely appreciates you. OP, and I agree, my self-esteem is on me. But seeing him, the man I gave my heart and soul to, ruined my body for, actively seek out and hide his interactions with these women hurts. To see comments makes me wonder if he's messaging these women or paying these women to see more. Would he make love to these women if given the chance? To continue doing so even after I explicitly told him I consider it cheating is not hurt done unintentionally. I'm guilty of wanting to feel enough for him, for letting that affect the way I view my body. My self-esteem is on me, but my lack of trust in him is on him and his actions. Commenter 1, I overread the commenting part, my bad. But what if doesn't really help? He is addicted to prawn, maybe he needs therapy to get away from it. Girls posting themselves as thirst traps mostly don't even reply nor would they ever interact with men physically. Have you tried asking him if he does not feel fulfilled intimately? OP, it's okay, and yeah, the what ifs are definitely hurting progress, but I can't help that my mind is wondering just how deep this goes. And while most don't comment back, the possibility is always there. We have discussed his needs at length, and while I'm working on my end to make sure he's satisfied, it's hard to maintain at times, part of which is because I'm continuing to try to meet his needs when my trust in him has been obliterated. To a longer comment about prawn addictions. OP, thank you, seeing these comments about prawn addiction changed my perspective. Context, he's an amazing dad. Started working super early mornings, 3 a.m. to 1 p.m., so he can spend time with his kid. He's helping me learn Spanish so we can teach our son to be bilingual. He will help me out, no questions asked. This is his first real relationship, and we ended up having our kid before our first anniversary. Before anyone comments, we have been friends for 10 plus years. So he's navigating a relationship for the first time and parenthood at the same time. Since our last discussion on this, he has corrected behaviors I didn't even touch on. He started complimenting my body more, initiating more, giving me time to work on my self-care, nails, skincare, hair care, etc., so I can start feeling like myself again. He started watching porn where the women look more like me, deleted socials where there are thirst traps, all of which I didn't explicitly ask for. When I say absolute commitment, I'm here through the thick and thin. I absolutely believe a relationship can recover from most anything if both are willing, and we are. We both see now that our relationship needs to be strong for our son, and we will both do what it takes to make it work. Top comments. Commenter 2, you love the man you want him to be, not the man he is. You know what you should do. Commenter 3, exactly. You can't marry a fantasy. If you're unhappy and he violates your boundaries, why stay? The baby weight is not the problem here. Commenter 4, you could try couples therapy, but honestly, I don't think he's worth it. And as the mother of a 19-year-old who has had a lot of revelations about her dad, your kid will not benefit from parents who live together but aren't happy together. He cheated on you, you told him not to do it regularly, and he dismissed you each time. I don't think he will change. Update, 1 year 9 months later. A little update for everyone who saw this post of mine a while back. Everyone was right. It would just continue to happen. Constantly. Over and over. Until I reached a point where when I saw it again, I just felt numb. I started giving love to myself, focusing on exercising, diet, creating art, spending time with my son. Eventually, I decided I couldn't be with him anymore, and I left. Get this, our son is almost 3, and when he was begging for me back, he said, "I'm sorry, it's just hitting me that we have a son." What? Anyway, I have 100% custody and I'm thriving. I wish I took your advice way sooner. I was so naive in thinking he could change. Here's to loving life. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, yep. And the plus side is your son won't have his cheating, irresponsible self as a primary role model. OP, this was the big realization at the end of it all. He has a poor male role model, but by me staying, I'm a bad role model as well. That love is tolerating disrespect and accepting less than the bare minimum. I love him enough to put my fears of solo parenting aside. Commenter 2, congratulations on your independence. Your ex sounds like a real piece of work, and it is obvious that you and your kiddo are thriving without him. Also, he's just now realizing you have a child together? Did he think you had a dog together for the last 3 years? OP, my jaw dropped when I heard him say this. He later tried to say it's just he's, our son, now getting a personality, and it was hard for him to feel fatherly instincts, but really all parents can see the personality from very early on. His problem is he decided not to connect with his son until it seemed the relationship was going to end. Commenter 3, how did you get full custody? OP, he gave it willingly. Commenter 4, I remember your post. I'm so glad you have found a way to honor and value yourself. You deserve honest and compassionate love. I wish nothing but the best for you in this new chapter. OP, you don't know how many times I went and read the comments of that post every time it happened again. You all really were there for me more than you can count.